Should I ask you some questions before we go live?
You want to?
It's not the same without Ben here.
Oh. Hey guys, what is going on? We got Stubbs here from Retro Handhelds and Mr. Rob, the Retro Tech Dad, my illustrious co-host today for today's live stream, which is going to be focused on the TrimUI Smart Pro S, the brand new one, which is a faster processor. Finally, clickable L3 and R3, different from the original model, as well as we get some TMR joysticks, Hall triggers, although they're just clicky triggers, and a new fancy sheen, a new colorway, yellow, multiple. We got green, we got red, we got... Rob, what do we got?
We got the red. I got the red one right here.
You got red today.
So I think red, yellow, and green are all the new colors, right?
Are the new ones, plus the old retro and the white and gray and the black. So people who have the original one, you might want to know what's better, what's different. So we'll look at that today, as well as compare to similar handhelds in the price bracket with the same 16:9 aspect ratio, like the KinHank K56, which I've been testing out this week quite a bit. And I got to say, I've been coming around to this one, so we'll take a look at that. As well as the tried and true Mangmi Air X, our budget champ of 2025 as far as 16:9 horizontal budget, handhelds go. This one really has been reigning champ. Android handheld.
It's a tough one to beat.
Linux handheld. So it is a tough one to beat, but we're going to take a look here. So this will be sort of our, review, and then try out some games, do some testing, take your questions, and kind of go from there. Rob, how are you doing today, man? You doing good? You feeling good?
Good. Yeah. Tired. I don't know. It's been a long day. A lot of day work stuff today. So
yeah,
extra tired.
No, on a Thursday of all days. And what is up with Thursday? Where does that word come from? You ever think about that? Thurs. What is a thurs?
I saw you in Owl Chat this morning wondering about Thursday.
Wondering, what is a thurs?
What is a thurs? Yeah, what's a thurs?
What is it? I don't know. Okay, so hey, everybody in live chat. Awesome to see you all sprinkling in here at this random stream time. Let's see. And let me just get this in. Last thing here, let me get a little pingy poo in Discord.
Oh. Gotta ping the people.
Mm-hmm. Live with Smart Pro S. Ping. Oh, and we got to put it in the TrimUI channel too, huh?
Yeah, this one's been interesting so far.
Yeah. So we've been playing with this since Monday's live stream from our podcast. If you want to see our initial impressions and our unboxing of the whole thing, as well as I unbox a bunch of the different colorways, check that live stream out. I'm going to link it below after the video here, after the stream's over. And I've sent off the other units we had off to, I believe, Andrew on our team for the website to do a website review, and Zoo from Zoo Reviews to do a review.
Nice.
Which is crazy. Yeah.
Zoo's a machine.
He is. All right, here we go. We're going to pin this. And
we apologize for our little slow start this time around. We had some technical difficulties getting this going because of the thumbnail and whatnot.
Yeah.
It was kind of wild. I guess YouTube didn't like us this time around.
It was touch and go there for a second. Touch and go. There we go. Hey.
Oh, I like the colors. You got nice colors going.
We got some orange going here. So these are kind of like the main handhelds that I would say are worthy of comparison. There's also the GameMT E6 Max. I'm just not a huge fan of that one. I don't have one.
That one had my unit personally had a lot of issues with it.
I was seeing that, and I've had all their other models, and it's just, man, I can't get around to that handheld, but I think it is worth another look at some point here. So I just don't have it today. Neither does Rob.
No, that's actually in a box on its way to ban right now.
Oh, really? Oh, for the giveaway, you're
Yes.
giving that one away.
Yeah. Figure someone else can make use of it.
Absolutely. Okay, so let's just start out with specs here and take a look. So, taking a look over at the TrimUI store here, which is where this was sent from, you can pick this up for $99.99. If we get any coupon codes, we're going to drop them below. We've seen this as low as...
There is a code actually for it. It's 5% off, I think, that they have.
The 5 codes. I was going to say, yeah, it should be $89.99 is what I've been seeing it for.
Yeah.
So what is that code, Rob? Do you have it there?
It's RT5 off.
RT5 off.
Yeah, I think that's like just their standard 5% off code.
Netflix, no, it doesn't have an OLED screen, so this is going to be an IPS. And yeah, let's go over those specs. So we talked about the different colorways here, and so this has a 5,000 milliamp hour battery. Thank you, producer Sony. We've got producer Sony coming in clutch here in the background. This one rocks an Allwinner A523 processor, 2 gigahertz. GPU is going to be an ARM Mali-G57 at 744 megahertz. The unfortunate thing is that we only get 1 gigabyte of LPDDR4 RAM, which is tough for things like playing ports, but you can play them on here. Built-in storage, they have 8 gigabytes of built-in eMMC storage, external support for an SD card. You could put up to a terabyte card in there. This one, I believe, came with one from the TrimUI store, and I think it's just 64 gigs. Did yours come with one, Rob?
Yeah, it did. Let me see what it is. I don't even know how large it is. I believe it's also 64 gigs.
Yeah, there weren't a ton of games on there by default.
I mean, like, as I always recommend for these things, I think the best thing to do is just source your own microSD card and then just load it up.
And then
but they do have the option, to get one with a microSD card. So, for convenience, it's nice.
Yeah. And I realized when I wrote the description, I think I was pulling from the original, so I'll have to, little error in there. I'll have to fix that. Okay. As far as the display goes, we got a 4.96-inch 720 by 1280 pixel IPS display, not OLED, fully laminated, though, with a touch panel inside, although you're not going to see that on the Linux firmware that's on here. This comes with CrossMix OS, at least on the SD card that we've been sent. This has wireless in it that runs at up to 5 gigahertz, up to AX, so what is that, Wi-Fi 6. And speaker, so we got 2 built-in speakers, 3.5 headphone jack, love to see that. A built-in mono microphone, I would suppose they're always mono for the most part. 5,000 milliamp hour battery, which they claim is up to 6 hours, but in our testing, we've seen that fall kind of short of that. Rob, yours as well?
I think on the higher end stuff, like PSP, I don't think you're going to be getting 5 hours out of this.
No.
Definitely not.
No, it was draining kind of quick. And
It really was, yeah.
The other thing is, I definitely wouldn't recommend playing it while you're charging it because it gets hot enough as it is, and when you're charging it gets extra hot. But it is nice to see that this time they've included active cooling and a fan, and like I said, the clickable L3R3 is a great touch, as well as the TMR joysticks. There's also RGB lighting in those joysticks, and yeah, you get the usual volume up and downs, function key, and that old function dip switch, which lets you configure it to your liking. I've set mine to go ahead and go into the highest performance mode. And Rob, I don't know if you've messed with yours at all yet. That little switch at the bottom.
Oh, the function key?
Mm-hmm.
No, I have not actually messed with that.
It's nice to have. You can do different things that, like turn off your joystick lights or put it in low power mode, or you can set it how you want. I've been playing with the Smart Pro S. I don't know, a good, I guess, 4 or 5 hours total this week playing with it. I've been playing the most on my TrimUI brick. I love the brick and the brick hammer.
Me too.
My favorite right now, of the 4x3 variants. And as far as like this form factor up here, though, I think this is going to be a really good contender and a great option for people. But do take note of the things that we find today. Well, I'm sure we're going to stumble on some discoveries as we're going through. So we already did the unboxing Monday. And yeah, but a couple more thoughts on this is just the shell. I got to say, I love this matte plastic shell.
Me too.
It feels
Me too.
Real nice in the hands. I like that it has the same buttons that you would see on the other one, as well as on their brick and brick hammer. So I believe they look almost identical. Like you could swap them out between. You know, you're going to see mods and buttons up on Etsy and things like that. But yeah, once again, must say, brick hammer, one of my favorites of the year, as well as the regular brick for a little bit cheaper.
Yeah, if you're a fan of the bricks controls with the D-pad and the face buttons, this is pretty much the same thing. And even when it comes to the original Smart Pro, it's pretty much the same setup here. This D-pad is awesome. It's so satisfying to use. I love it.
Yeah, big fan of TrimUI's D-pad.
Same. I love the subtle clickiness. It's just nice. It's really good tactile feel.
I did not love the original TrimUI Smart Pro. I didn't even review it. It didn't quite hit me. The lack of clickable L3R3 is tough, especially on something that is great for PlayStation games, you know, and for Dreamcast and for PSP. I'm used to that functionality, and so it kind of turned me off. As well as I'm traditionally not a fan of these clicky style buttons, but I am coming around to them, especially using the brick hammer, like we were talking about on Monday. And so, okay, you know what? They're good. You know what's nice about them, though, is that they're quiet.
They're very quiet. Oh, yeah.
Like, this is one you can play in bed, but you can't really play in bed because it only goes so dim. So if you want to take a look at how dim we can go. And there's some included themes here, and I've matched mine to this yellow shell, which I thought was kind of fun.
Yeah, I matched mine to red.
Oh, yeah, perfect.
Yeah.
So I'm going to turn off my light here, and...
Yeah, this is... This is the unfortunate thing with this OS they're using. I don't particularly love it, you know.
Yeah, I don't love the cross. This looks like a fork of CrossMix OS, or it just is CrossMix OS. But we saw some early work from Acme Plus. We might be seeing some newly on here soon.
I hope this. I mean, I'm pretty sure it will, but I would love to see some custom firmware on this. It will definitely benefit from it.
You can turn the LEDs on and off, as well as adjust your brightness. And here's on the high end. So, I mean, it does get fairly bright, but it doesn't get real dim. So, while it is quiet... The
scaling is just kind of like...
Yeah. So that's kind of where we're at with that. And as far as other menu options in this OS, let's just take a quick look at the OS. So you can have background music if you want. You can have Rumble. You can set that your Wi-Fi, your hotspot. Homepage, you can kind of set up how you want your homepage, what tabs you want visible, which is nice. There, by default, there's this keytone that I've immediately disabled because I don't like the little click, click, click as you're moving through. Different themes. Yes, there's Bluetooth, so you can do headphones and things like that. You can even do Netplay if you want to do multiplayer with a friend. And it depends on what system, though. I wouldn't put too much faith in Netplay beyond like NES and Super NES. It's not one I typically use. I was really excited about Netplay when it first came out and things were happening with it. But over the years, I'm like, I'm not gonna fiddle with that anymore. But it is possible, and you can do it. Ports, so they do include, if you buy their games card, it does include a couple of questionable inclusions here. There's 2048, Balatro, Stardew Valley, TMNT, Diablo, Grand Theft Auto 3, Vice City, and Celeste. Don't love that they're including those, but they are on there. This is showing you an example. You can load on your own and go to town getting your ports on there. They include a bunch of systems from Atari through arcade, and yeah, you can do shmups on here, which is a nice screen for that. And the screen itself is nice with good viewing angles, nice and crisp. Saturation.
Yeah, and we had someone in chat ask about the light bleed on this, and I haven't noticed anything on my display, and it looks like yours is pretty solid too.
Yeah, there's no light bleed on my unit here, which I'm happy to say. And I checked the other units too before I shipped them out, so I haven't seen light bleed on these so far. So I was seeing that in chat too. So if someone's seen it, I mean, I'm not ruling it out. That is something that happens on these IPS displays, but so far so good here. Dreamcast with the widescreen hacks enabled looks very nice on the screen. I think that's a great use case for this. The other use case I'm liking is just Game Boy Advance. It scales pretty well.
PSP is pretty nice on this. It does get hot playing PSP or warm. I
Yes,
should
it does.
say.
It does get pretty warm. You can
Yeah.
turn on active cooling. I probably run it at medium, if not max. It doesn't get too loud, so I just let that fan go. You can do widescreen hacks as well for PlayStation, which also looks nice on this screen, and PSP, like Rob was saying. You can run that 2x and 3x on some games, upscaling. And those are kind of the main use cases that I found are going to be best. Yeah, you can play all of your usual 4x3 games. You can do Pico 8. You can do Nintendo DS, Sega, MAME, all the arcade.
Yeah, the other reason why I would love to see custom firmware on this is because I think we have a little more juice here that we could probably get, lighter GameCube and just kind of those kind of things. You can explore that a little bit, kind of squeeze as much as you can out of it.
Yeah, agreed there. And Rob, do you want to hop into a game? Should we just hop into that? I'll pull up the next thing we're working on here.
Yeah, sure. Let me go into PSP then.
And I don't know about you, but ergonomics to me, I think this could use it's the same body as the last one, but I think it could use a grip. It feels similar to the Retroid Pocket G2 and Retroid Pocket 5 sort of ergonomics there. And they're okay, but over time I'm like, And as soon as I start using the joysticks is where it loses me. D-pad centric games.
I was going to say like the joysticks, because they're so little and it's kind of like you're trying to, I don't know, I have to hold it in kind of a weird way when I'm using the sticks. Right. It reminds me almost of like the back in the PSP days, which I actually have my PSP here.
It does feel...
You're kind of doing the little claw grip with it.
It does feel like a PSP. It feels similar to a Vita in hands. So if you're used to that, it's going to be that kind of ergonomics. But
so I actually went into this game, and so I noticed their PPS's PP is configured a little weird out of the box.
Can you say that 10 times fast?
No, I probably would stumble.
PPS is PPS PP.
PPS is PPP. That's good enough. That's close enough.
Yeah.
So I actually went in and started doing just game settings on my own, and just they had weird things like they have like auto skip turned on automatically if you add your own games, which it's like you don't need that for this device. There's enough power here.
Yeah.
And and I'm actually running this game at 4x, which is really not needed at all because we have a 720p
Let's
display.
hop in.
So let's just play a little bit. Yeah, so this is at 4x right now.
Oh, you're doing 4x on this one. Okay,
I'm doing this. So lighter games should be able to do 4x. Whoops, there we go.
Robbie, you were talking on Monday. You were saying, you're like, that's not right. Do they have hacky PSP? Do they have frame skip on? So what's the deal with that?
We'll look at, we can actually look at God of War if you want instead, and because they have God of War configured completely wrong.
Really?
It's funny because they advertise it, being full speed or whatever, and yet they have the 30 frames per second cheat on that game, which is just hilarious to me.
Right.
So I think it's probably a copy over from the original TrimUI Smart Pro. So here we can see, for example, so the game is running here at 30 frames per second. I don't know if my camera will actually focus on that, but you can see that here. So if we go into settings, let's mess around here. So they do have cheats, and they're using the 30 frames per second cheat here. So let's just turn this thing off.
Okay.
Get rid of that. Put the 60 frames per second cheat on instead. Continue, and this game should run full speed, and it is running at full speed, 60 frames per second. And this is at native resolution, so if we can crank it up and see, well, you see we got a dip here, so I wouldn't go beyond just native on this game. I don't know if this game will run beyond native resolution on this chip.
Yeah, I'd be careful with that.
Yeah.
I mean, we were seeing it 2x on Monday, but even then, like there were scenes you get to, and it definitely lags and gets all stuttery.
Yeah, but this is actually doing pretty well so far. I mean, this is not terrible, but it's kind of funny because I'm like, there's a reason why they have this cheat on, the 30 frames per second cheat on, because it just can't sustain that.
Oh, and Game Awards are happening, huh, too?
Yes, it's happening right now.
Well, I imagine some of you are going to be watching this later. Then I'll have to go back and watch the Game Awards later, see who wins. I love McCreel. F it, I'm ordering the S. Yeah, so if you're interested, these were sent from the TrimUI Store, which they've been great about getting these out. They were the first ones to ship. And we have a unit, I think, from Go Game Geek coming in, as well as I think Mech DIY, but they're a little slower to get their shipping out. So I got to give it to TrimUI. I'm like, okay, TrimUI Store. And are they the official TrimUI official store? I don't actually know. They claim that, but
there's something. There's something with the TrimUI name in it.
But they do ship fast. Okay, and if you're wondering, we got that in the description as well as that QR code in the top left. You can scan that. It'll take you there.
Yeah, so I've been paying attention to some transitions, like when you shoot the ballista, there usually is a frame drop if there's an issue with the chipset, but it actually held 60. So I mean, this is holding 60 for the most part. I definitely think there's some weirdness going on just beyond. I have to look into the settings more. I think they have things set up kind of in a weird way with this.
How hot does it get right now? Do you have your heat gun?
I do, actually. Let me, hold on.
Your thermometer?
Yeah. Let's see what we're looking at.
What are we doing here?
What are we doing here?
We're just living our lives, man.
My camera's just being stubborn. There you go. Much better. So 30 on the screen. Still 30 on the screen. 31. Controls about 27, 28. That's pretty solid.
Nice.
Let's try the other side.
Yeah, 30 is not bad. That's not going to be too uncomfortable. It's when you hit 32, 33, it starts to get really warm.
Yeah.
And ultimately, 39 degrees, 40 degrees Celsius is where it's hot, hot.
Okay, so at the center, we're looking at 30. Again, 27, not bad. I mean, that's not bad. Let's see where the exhaust is, how hot it actually gets.
It gets
35.
Hot. Yeah, I was going to say, it definitely gets hotter as you start to have your hands towards the top.
Yeah, that's why I said I could feel it gets warm, but it's not like anything that's going to make me think like, oh, no, this is kind of scary. What's going on here?
Yeah, right?
Hi, Zoo.
Yeah. He misses you.
I miss him, too.
Where is TrimUI located? So TrimUI proper is located in China, as many of these brands are. But I believe the TrimUI Store, do they ship from the U.S. warehouse?
I don't know, actually. That's a good question. Oh, I just died.
I can tell you they don't charge tariffs. So if you're getting a 15-day quote for your shipping, yeah, that sounds like it's probably going to be shipping from China. But they're not doing tariffs, which is appreciated. So it's your usual experience like you would from AliExpress. And looks like they have a good return policy here. Well, they have some cool accessories too. I'm looking at the store a little bit more now. Screen protector, which you may or may not want for this. I'm usually okay without. You can go ahead and get a protective case as well, like a plastic shell case, which is about $12. The screen protector is about $9. I think that's a little overpriced. And the TrimUI storage bags, that's the one I have here. I think Rob has one as well.
I do. Yep.
They charge $15 for that, so definitely use those codes. And I'm going to ask them for a bit of a deeper discount here and see if we can get that going in the next few days. But free worldwide shipping, and they do offer 10% off your first order. So I guess they're going to give you an automatic 10% off if it's your first time getting from their store.
That's definitely a little bit. That's a little bit better. Yeah,
that gets us at what? 90. That gets us at 90, I guess.
Yeah. I know how to play this game. Yeah, 10% will get you down to 90.
90, yeah. And if you're wondering too, the
case is nice.
Case.
It's a nice case for sure.
It has felt, soft insides, and it looks like that. I'm about to say the word thusly. Sorry, Andrew.
Yeah, this has been pretty much 60 the whole way through. This has been pretty solid. I mean,
Renartiga 6355. What's the limit for this? Can it run N64?
Oh yes.
Yeah. We can do N64. We can actually do again up to, here's some systems, 30 systems. It'll do up to PSP, Dreamcast, and Nintendo DS, as well as, like Rob was saying, up to even 4x on some PSP games. So it has a decent amount of power, more power than we saw in the original model, by decent margin there. It's not, I mean, for the price point, it's about right what they're giving you here. It's about right. You can. So
this is another section too that is a good demonstration usually of but it's holding. It's definitely holding up there. Yeah.
And similar units in its class, this KinHank K56, which I think has better ergonomics because you get that bump out there. It's very comfortable in the hands. I like this handheld. It's not perfect. It has its own quirks, and it's at full price, $150, way too expensive. Although this is more powerful than the Smart Pro S, meaning that you're going to be able to do 5x, 6x PSP on here. That's about the power difference, but I wouldn't buy this at full price. This is on sale pretty often though, for about $100. So at $100, this I might recommend over this in some situations. It's also bigger though. It's not as sleek or as premium feeling or looking. The buttons are super cheap feeling. It almost feels like a toy. The plastic's okay on the shell, but the buttons aren't fantastic. But they feel good and they work well. The pivot's nice on the D-pad and the face buttons. It all feels fine. And like I said, this runs Android.
The color scheme definitely lends into that whole toy factor.
It's the Denver Broncos special. But you do get whole joysticks here, which is nice.
Yeah.
And I've been playing on this and I've been enjoying this week. I'm like, man, I kind of slept on this one a bit. So this is another one that I'm like, okay, this is also good for Dreamcast widescreen, for PSP, for PlayStation, for N64, for NDS and all that. But the real recommend from us in this price bracket, under $100, will be the Mangmi Air X, also running Android. This has a Snapdragon 662 chip in it, which is great for streaming. This also can do PSP just as well as the TrimUI Smart Pro S can do, as well as this is just a bit more powerful too for the same price. But you are contending with Android, which if you're a casual gamer or someone new to the hobby, this is going to be more work to set up for you. It's not going to come just out of the box. It all is just ready to rock with a bunch of games. You're going to have to load your own games, your own BIOS, your own emulators, configure everything. So this is the Tinkerer Special, but if you put in the work, this is probably your best value. Very nice joysticks, also very ergonomic and comfortable with the bump out there. It just feels good in the hands. I'm a big fan of this. This is my favorite this year for this.
Also, just to point out, it's also going to be getting... Rocknix is most likely going to be happening on it as well.
So you get Linux, a Rocknix option, and Gamma OS too.
That's right. So, I forgot Gamma's on the Mangmi now.
Gamma OS is an Android custom firmware that optimizes battery life. So this does have the best battery life of these three. And the KinHank's okay in its own right, but it's not popular enough so far to get things like Rocknix, to get things like Gamma OS. It's just kind of one that was okay. It has a lot of beefy power in it, but again, you're gonna have to put in your own work. At least the games card they send with it boots right up into Pegasus, and you can just play on it. Everything's pre-configured. All the box art is scraped. So as far as a newbie goes, this is gonna be more or less like a Linux, ready to go plug and play handheld, as long as you buy it with the SD card, as well as this. If you buy it with the cross mix, the SD card from the store, it's going to be ready to go and just play. They have best of lists in here as well, and we could pull up something there.
Yeah, it also does the thing. I can't stand it where it numbers the games.
I know, it drives me nuts.
I can't stand that.
Zeus says the K56 has an excellent curated library. Check out Zeus' video. He reviewed the K56 in depth. A couple videos on our channel about that. So check it out on our channel. I know he's a fan.
Yeah, it's tough because I think the Mangmi kind of disrupted that whole $90 to $100 price segment.
Right, and rad forwarder is this a blown up 40XXH? Similar. You know what? That's not a bad comparison, actually. It is the same form factor, but 16:9 instead of 4:3. Here's our favorite copyright strikeable Offspring song playing on Crazy Taxi.
That will most certainly get us copyright strike.
Yeah. So I've turned on the widescreen hack on here, which
Nice.
on mini games is well worth doing. Not all games are supported, and we're able to stay at a consistent 60 FPS. So this is, I think, a great Dreamcast machine. That's one recommend for this one.
Yeah, I think Dreamcast PSP again will be really nice. I mean, in PSP you could do a lot of games at 3x and kind of match up with the resolution of the display. But I mean, the fact that we can get up there tells you that we definitely have enough room for Dreamcast, N64, all that kind of stuff.
Yes, absolutely.
It's tough because what do you think about it as an upgrade coming from the TrimUI Smart Pro? Let's say someone had one.
I would ditch the Smart Pro. Again, I already did. I don't like that one too much. I like this. Like, this is good. I think Rob and I have the same exact complaints on this, though, that it's a little too hot sometimes, and it's not always the most comfortable when you're using the joysticks, but D-pad stuff, yeah.
I think I've been spoiled, unfortunately. I mean, because I have the Mangmi RX here with me, and it's one I've become quite fond of, and it's tough. I feel like they were a little late to the party for this one.
Yeah, and if you want to hear, I'm just going to let myself lose this round because I want to show you guys the shoulders. Let's get some ASMR going here. Hold my microphone over. Okay. I'm going to mute you, Rob, just to get the reel. So here you go. There's the clicky shoulder. It's all very quiet. L1, R1, game over. Here's the D-pad. Face buttons. Probably the loudest thing is just the joysticks. And that's really it. Yeah, and these home buttons don't make any noise. So, and if you want to hear, let's just listen to the speakers while we're at it. I can only show you 4 seconds before we get a strike, so enjoy it. Okay. There we go. Over to Rob.
Oh, I got some Motorstorm Arctic Edge, which is actually a pretty tough PSP game to run. And again, if you just add your own game, which I did here, out of the box, SSPP is configured completely wrong. So I went in and I fixed it up, and it's actually pretty solid.
And Zoo's saying, is it better than the RG52 Mini from ILPC? So we reviewed that on the podcast the other day, and that's another one, you're right, that's around the same price. RK, what is it, 3566, I think, inside of it, 3568, I think it was. One of those. Yeah, it's okay. The screen is not very good, though, and it's kind of this funky cyberpunk looking. I wouldn't put it in the same league as these handhelds personally, but Zoo's going to review it and give you his thoughts. So maybe it is. Maybe it's like the K56 where I've totally slept on it. So more to come. But it wasn't a go-to for me.
That was excellent driving skills right there.
And then Strike Light, how does the screen feel? On the original, it was kind of sticky. Needed a screen protector. Yeah, so it's the same sticky feeling screen. I think it is the same screen. So it has that same sticky feel. Yeah,
I don't think it's not a glass. It's not a glass overlay on the screen. I think it's probably like a type of plastic that they're using. I guess that's probably why it has that kind of weird texture to it.
Right. Yeah. And Chicken McNugs, jailbroken PSP or this? Well,
so jailbroken PSP is awesome if you can get one for cheap, But there's definitely an advantage with these screens being much better than an old PSP screen,
Yes.
Yeah, it's amazing how much better the display technology is compared to just even 10 years ago.
How big is the screen? 4.7 inch? Is that right? Or 4.96? Let me look it up. 4.96,
yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, this runs really well. So I'm at 2x right now with this one. I do have one hack turned on. You kind of need to for this game because otherwise it's a mess. It's just one of those kind of tricky games to run, but once you do that, it's nice. No frame skipping, none of that. Yeah. Yeah, I love it. This is actually a really cool game. I don't think a lot of people know that there was Motorstorm on the PSP.
I don't have this one. I've never played it. It looks really fun.
They actually ported it to the PS2. It's kind of a weird game in the series.
They ported this from the PSP to the PS2.
Yeah.
Just like Twisted Metal Head On.
Head On, yeah, same thing. They probably wanted to cash in a little extra sales on it.
Wondering if we have Digimon on PSP.
The one thing I will say, it's very easy to transfer your games over. They have like a setting where you just put it into USB mode and boom, you just plug it in and you're good to go. So it's very straightforward to add games to it. Oh.
And then over on my side here, as we just flip-flop between systems and games.
Witness me crashing, it's a good time to switch over.
You can witness me just failing at Celeste. We need ban for this one. This is a port. The vibration, by the way, it feels very nice. Like the haptics are well done on here. And fluid gameplay here. All the ports, what they included on here, which makes sense. Like they're all performing well. You're going to run into some things that don't perform as well. But they definitely curate the card towards what will work on the system, which for the casual gamer who's going to pick this up, great. We still recommend putting all your own stuff on, ripping out what they have, and putting on your own games, your own library. That way you know exactly what you have. Plus, legality-wise, probably better. Yeah. Hopefully. This bridge is going to collapse on me. We got to run. Okay. Yeah, look at that. Look at the crispness on the screen, though. Like, definitely nice.
It's a nice IPS, yeah.
Bird's going to tell me to press X.
I'm watching closely for the custom firmware to come to this.
I'm watching closely to not fall off a cliff.
You can do this, Stubbs. I believe in you.
And we're getting the main question I see in chat is, do we pick this or the Mangmi RX?
Yes, it's coming up quite a bit. I'm trying to answer the questions as I see them in chat too.
Yeah, I mean, for me personally, I like the button feel. Here you're getting that clicky button style. Here you're getting the mushy rubber membrane button style. So I just prefer, my own preference being the Mangmi RX. You're getting a little more power in here. It doesn't get quite as hot. They both have active cooling though. And they're very, very similar in hand, minus this has a little bit of bumps. So you do get some of more comfort as you're gripping it.
Yes, it helps quite a bit. And these sticks, are definitely better.
And because this is Android, you do get a touchscreen that's usable straight out the gate here.
Yeah. Yeah. The Mangmi getting Rocknix definitely
that'll help.
Yeah, because if you're really on Team Linux, there you go. You got Rocknix, and so it's just tough.
Yeah, and don't count out the K56 if you get this on sale. I recommend giving it a look. It is janky in numerous ways. Okay, once you get out of their built-in front end and you start navigating the OS trying to configure stuff, you start to run into funny little things. So it does have Play Store though, which is nice. And
Ben would like to know if the battery is loose in your K56. Give it a nice little shake.
No, not loose. I know Ban didn't review it well. He didn't like it.
Yeah,
it's kind of cheesy, but there's something about it that I definitely have been picking up a bit more this week. And yeah, with the Mangmi, you also, I don't think you get Play Store by you do get Play Store by default. Yeah, yes. So on their stock OS, you do get Play Store. Mm-hmm. And I gotta say, this is the best of the three here for streaming. Although you can definitely do Moonlight streaming on here as well.
It's just that the problem is you don't have the analog. I mean, you don't have the Hall triggers. That's the big thing.
Well, they say these are Hall triggers.
Yeah, I think that's lost in translation.
I
think they meant something else by that.
I gotta not fail at this while Ban's watching. No. Give it up. There we go. Get that strawberry. So yeah, there's a look at a port. Quit out. Yeah, Ban is really judging me right now. I deserve it.
Which one of the three handles has the best battery life? That's a good question, too.
The Mangmi. Yeah.
Yeah, because I will tell you, I mean, I want to say my battery life dropped like 10% in maybe 30 minutes of play with the PSP.
Mm-hmm. Yep. That'll drain it.
Yeah, and then, give or take, I mean, I kind of wasn't looking at the clock carefully, but it was definitely dropping pretty fast. Like, let me see what it is right now.
Here's a look at Nintendo DS. So on depending on the system, some of them have these pre-configured bezels with, this has TrimUI, which is kind of cool.
It was interesting because my card didn't have any PlayStation 1 games loaded on it. So I added a couple, but I'm like, that was really odd.
Mine does. That's
really
weird. You got a little different card there.
Yeah, that's really weird.
Okay, thank you. Wait, did I say DS? Sorry, this is GBA. So yeah, if you're doing GBA, which is a nicer, little bit widescreen system, you could stretch it if you wanted, but you're going to get unbalanced pixels. So I think that the bezel they've added on here is not too bad. But this does play DS. You could play DS on there. You're going to get a big box and a little tiny box. So there's what GBA looks like.
Yeah, I actually brought out my Pocket Classic, my INEO Pocket Classic, to play the Game of the Month. I just thought it was a good Game Boy Advance device.
Oh, heck yes. Aria of Sorrow. I remember when this was Game of the Month years back in like late 2020.
That's such a good game. I actually replayed it recently when they added it. What was it, the collection that they had?
I like the where you're collecting souls and you get these different powers, Yeah, the collection was cool. All right, Rob, do you want to show one? What's another one you like on here?
Well, I added some PS1 games since mine didn't actually have it.
Yeah, let's look at PS1. Do you have a widescreen on?
I don't. I can go in and mess around with that.
That's all right.
Was yours configured for the games to have widescreen on automatically?
Not by default, no.
Okay.
There's a bezel by default.
Yeah, so that's the one thing I do think they could have configured things out of the box a little bit better.
That.
Yeah,
well, there's
just small things.
Not a ton of PS1 games are going to work with that widescreen, but
no. It's definitely hacky, but it does work pretty well.
It'll get you through. Ooh, Battle Arena Toshinden, hell yeah! I'm going to load PS1 also.
I'm noticing that never mind, it's actually correct. Some games it's reversed for some reason. I don't know why it's set up that way.
Vixorian, how much of a given is Rocknix on the Mangmi? Well, they showed it booting, right?
Yeah, that's. I saw a screenshot.
So it's on the way.
So hopefully it is in fact going to be on the way. I mean, that gives me hope.
Rob, how did you get to be so handsome? Is what Zoo wants to know. Wow.
What a question.
I can't keep my friends away from each other.
I love this game. This game is a blast to me.
Right? Yeah, I remember that was Game of the Month, too. Mr. Benny Stubbs, go down to your local game store and buy one so you can rip it and play it on the Smart Pro S. This is from a few minutes ago, so what is he talking about? I don't remember.
We barely remember what we did 30 minutes ago.
30 seconds ago, more like. What are we doing right now? Oh, we're on
What
a live
are we
stream.
doing right now?
We're doing our little live stream review.
I gotta say, this D-pad is awesome, though, for this game. Oh, man, this is
Yes. TrimUI makes
Yes.
awesome D-pads.
I love their D-pad. I love
Awesome.
that kind of shallow but clicky, and it just, it's so good. It's quiet, too.
Totally makes up for some of my least favorite face button style with the clicky face buttons.
It works for
They're
this
fine.
device, though. Yeah,
Oh,
it
yeah.
works for this device. Yeah, it doesn't bother me at all.
If this were in a vacuum, if we didn't have hundreds and hundreds of devices out to choose from, this would not bother me. It's just because we're spoiled for choice.
We are very spoiled for choice. That $80 to $100 segment has gone kind of crazy. Very competitive right now.
So give me this D-pad. Give me the Mangmi's face buttons. Because I do think this D-pad beats the Mangmi. The Mangmi D-pads are not always great to have super squishy.
The funny thing is
All right.
the Mangmi also is very quiet. I've noticed that as well.
Here's Battle Arena Toshinden on PS1.
Nice.
I'm EG.
The
is my-
thing with TrimUI devices too is I know they get very aggressive with pricing, later on.
Aha.
And so it'll probably go on sale quite a bit.
We'll see it on sale. Yeah, we should see
Yeah.
this eventually land around $70, $80 easily. Funny thing with Battle Arena Toshinden, this is the game that was the pack-in game with my very first PS1, Christmas 1996. I got this from Sears. My grandparents brought it home, and I was so stoked. I played so much of this game when I was a kid. Only played the first one, never played the follow-ups, really. I still play it now like I did then, button mashing everything. I don't know any of the moves. Look at that.
Yeah,
How'd I do that?
That's typically how
that?
I play a fighting game.
Well, Russ taught me at least how to do the Hadoukens.
I know how to do that.
The short
Yes.
Yukens.
You would think after 3 years of using it as a D-pad test here and there,
Then
you finally figure it out. Yeah.
Yeah. What system do we miss? Do you have any ports on yours? We should do shmups. We should do a shmup. Do you want to load one of those up?
Yeah, let me see what I have. Let's see what they actually have loaded on here.
So there's vertical arcade games on here. They're not pre-configured for the right buttons, though. So you're gonna have to kind of
See that's what I mean. I'm like, it's really a bummer. They could have definitely configured things better out of the box. Because I mean, this would be pretty cool, just holding it, vertically. And
They're probably waiting for the CrossMix team to release an official build, because this seems like a modified. And I got the question too on YouTube the other day from Monday's stream. Like, will people put in their old CrossMix card from the original TrimUI Smart Pro? Will that work on here? My thought is, to a degree, I think it should. It might not support.
That
all the
is actually a
features.
very good question.
It's probably not obviously configured for L3 and R3, but maybe it is. So I wish one of us had it. I ordered one hoping it would be here in time, but it wasn't. So I'll have to follow up with you all about that one. We've done it. Mondo. Looks like Monto. Monto Tech.
I don't know
Yeah,
what I
Rob.
just picked, but just
Pick something.
I picked something random. I don't know what I picked. I saw CPS 3 and I got excited, so I was like, "Oh, hey, that's kind of cool."
No. Calm down. No. How's sleep been for you, by the way? I put mine to sleep overnight, and it drained a decent amount.
Yeah, sleep is not good either.
No, I think I drained it from 80% to 50% overnight.
Looks like I'm gonna just button mash my way through this one too.
So Android
This guy looks kind of cool.
Android systems are what you want for better sleep. So again, another point to the Mangmi for that one.
Chicken McNuggies says this game is hard. I won't beat the first stage. That's great. I have no idea what I just picked.
No idea what's going on.
I love I'm getting a phone call too.
No.
Go away, Scam Likely. I have real friends.
Scam Likely. It's got to be our new band name.
This looks kind of scary. I don't know anything, but let's just go for it. We'll just button mash through this.
That's good.
I mean, it looks pretty cool. Cool art.
It is good. The weight, though, this feels just a little bit heavier than the original.
I mean, it's pretty light in comparison to a lot
But
of
it
other
is.
handhelds. Yeah, I mean, I don't
And-
think it's crazy.
And I mean, let's take an official weight test.
Why does this guy have like the longest health bar in the world? What?
I don't
I
know.
love it.
But we got 258
Oh,
258 grams on the TrimUI. The KinHank, we got 300, and those butt cheeks are sliding everywhere. 317 grams. And the Mangmi Air X comes in at 281. What did we say on the first one? So it is the lightest weight of all three of these.
yeah.
Which makes
sense. It feels light, you know.
The
Not in a bad way.
the
It just
TrimUI is
feels
light.
lighter, you know.
it is. For sure.
Let's try to find a shmup. See what we got going here. Yeah, it's too bad because, like, I think if you did that, that's not terrible because it's not heavy.
I was playing a vertical shmup like that for, I don't know, a few minutes. You're going to have to rebind your keys, ideally, for that. You can do it, but
I think 1944 is a horizontal shooter. I don't think it's vertical. So that
they
actually
have
might
it. On my game card, they actually have them labeled as a separate category. If you go to the best of list they have
let
on
me
here,
see.
there's a vertical
be bests. They got bests.
bests. Yeah, there's one of these.
So mine is
should be-
different because mine is Bomberman, Castlevania,
Well, that's random.
classic game, Earthbound, which FC multi cartridges, Fire Emblem, and nostalgic games. That's all I have. Yeah, so you and I have different cards.
It's easy to set up. So when you go into the game, there's a quick option to flip the screen for Tate mode.
Whoops.
Jordan needs cross mix. So this is cross mix,
Oh, I think this is. Yeah,
but I don't think it's the official cross
Yeah, I
mix.
don't think it is though. I don't think it is.
I thought it said that on our first boot up though. Am I crazy?
I think you might be. Yeah.
Oh, I might be crazy. Wait a minute, Rob.
Well, determine
am
this.
I-
What kind of deodorant do you use?
I use the 72 hour. God, I don't know. It's some basic.
See,
one
that's how I know you're crazy. Thinking that deodorant works for 72
for
hours.
72 hours. I know.
Well, I learned that Andrew, Zoo, and myself, we all use the same
Hold on.
type of Old Spice.
I'm gonna be dumb. I'm gonna see if I'm dumb. Let me see what OS is specifically on here. I thought it said crossmix. Maybe I got confused with the brick. I've been playing a lot of bricking. Been bricking a lot.
Chicken McNuggy says you smell like snails after 12 hours.
Dang it. Snails.
It's true. I would not trust deodorant to work for 72 hours. Yes, so 1944 is a horizontal shooter. It's kind of random.
Well, it has Linux 5. All it says is Linux version 5.15147. So there we'll call this stock OS.
Yeah, I think this is
Crossmix
just
OS
stock.
like it's similar.
Yeah, I think we'll get cooking once we get something going here with the software.
The build is from November 2025. So
That's
yeah, we definitely
pretty recent, yeah.
need some custom firmware. This is very bare bones.
I love how quiet the face buttons are, though. I'm just
Mm-hmm.
pressing it like crazy, and it's just so quiet. It's great.
Yeah, it's not crossmix, Jordan. That was my bad. That's why I've had too much deodorant. Yeah, and this will be a short stream, guys, because I need to go pick up my little guy from preschool in a few minutes. So we're gonna have to cut this off in about 5 minutos. Let's see though. What haven't we touched on, Rob? So
Covered the high end stuff. We covered some of the easier stuff.
and
What would chat like to see?
Extrapolate from there. You're going to be able to do your Dreamcast, the whole library, PSP, the whole library, the DS, potentially the whole library, Game Boy Advance, of course, the whole library, plus shaders if you want. You can do some 2x up to 4x upscaling depending on the game for PSP, Dreamcast as well, 2x upscaling safely. And also you can do retro achievements because there's Wi-Fi. So I do love seeing that. Speakers are okay. They're not great. They are front firing, and I appreciate that, but they are not fantastic. The Mangmi, I think, comes ahead as far as the speaker quality goes, and definitely is both of these are ahead of the KinHank in the speaker department. Screen-wise, I would say that I think that the TrimUI Smart Pro S has a little bit crisper looking screen than the Mangmi, but they're very close. Both of them beat the KinHank screen, that's for sure. Heat definitely is a concern here, so that's one of the main things, and battery life also not amazing. But that's kind of where we're sitting right now. Nice quick review here today. And Rob, let's get our faces and wrap up.
Sounds good, yeah.
Faces on the screeny poo. Well, everybody, what did you think of the TrimUI Smart Pro S? Are you picking this one up? Let us know. If you have questions, we will continue to test and let you know in the comment section. If you want to follow up and learn, you can either, if you're interested in this, in the description below, in the link down below, or the QR code right there with your phone or something to go and check this out from the TrimUI Store. And more to come. We're going to be testing this with other things over time, compare with other handhelds. TrimUI is a brand that has been iterating, and every device seems to be better than the last. But I'm telling you, man, this year they really struck gold. I think with the TrimUI Brick, sure, it's smaller, much smaller screen. But you know what I love about the Brick is that you can one-hand it, do your role-playing games. I can take this anywhere. I was at the eye doctor today, and I just whipped this out in between them talking to me about my eyes, and I'm just playing this. They're like, your eyes are going to get worse because you're playing on a tiny screen. You know that. I'm like, I'm a retro gamer. Thank you. And they're like, yeah, but your eyes don't know that. And I'm like, well, I'll just hold it closer to my face. And
It's
they
such
couldn't
a good
beat that
screen,
logic.
though, on the Brick
It is.
Hammer.
Yeah,
Yeah,
3
it's great.
was it 3.2 inch, I think, on here? Yeah. But this is an easy recommend. Hammer, non-hammer, so good. Take your SD card, switch between. You can do the same thing, though. You can switch your SD cards, swap OSs on here. Nice to have Linux. If you're a widescreen fan and you like that Vita form factor, not a bad way to go at all. Once again, Rob and I have to say, the heat's an issue, the battery life's an issue, the fan doesn't get super loud, we like that. Clickable L3R3, we like that a lot. Crisp screen. Performance is pretty nice for the price point, for under $100. Not bad. And if you're coming from the original one and you loved the original, well, this is a clear upgrade from the original, and an easy recommend. If that's one of your favorite handhelds, this is even better. So I think that pretty much covers it, Rob.
Yeah,
Any other,
I
what are your final thoughts?
Yeah, I pretty much feel the same way. I think,
Yeah.
I think it's a nice upgrade over the original TrimUI Smart Pro. They brought some features that you want to see from an upgrade. Price wise, it's tough. They're in a tough space. They are competing with some really good handhelds. It's up to PSP and 64. I mean, it's pretty solid for all that.
Streaming does work. So
yes,
yeah,
it has got Moonlight on here. Yep, there is streaming on this. Yep.
I tested it briefly. It's not as quick as the Mangmi. I think the decode. What did we hit? I couldn't get the decode specs on, but it appeared to be
the big advantage for this is
it's Android.
You also get to use Artemis and Apollo. You
get to Artemis is going to be more efficient, and so
Yeah.
I could feel maybe 1 or 2 millisecond lag versus the Mangmi on the TrimUI, but it still works totally fine. So I wouldn't play shooters with the TrimUI.
No.
Or the Mangmi, because neither one is ideal for that. But if you're playing like role-playing games, adventure games, single-player platformers, that's going to be fine for streaming, honestly. And yeah, the Mangmi as well, you get the full actual analog shoulder buttons and the KinHank. KinHank you don't. They're clicky. So the Mangmi, I think, if you're okay with tinkering and Android, I think the Mangmi is the recommend over this for both of us right now. Once we get Rocknix, which is a Linux variant on the Mangmi, that's going to be even more of a recommend. So, it's kind of your preference. What do you like? Do you like the mushy buttons? Do you like the clicky buttons? Do you want quiet buttons? What are your preferences? We'll talk in the comments, and kind of go along here. So, quick and dirty live stream. An hour? That's got to be our shortest ever. That's insane, man.
Well, you can't keep your kid waiting. That's why, We could probably talk forever.
I know. I got to go pick up the little guy. They're not going to watch him. They're not going to keep him. Mang D's, that's right, Zoo. Oh, you. All right, everybody.
I don't think Zoo came on board with the Mangmi for some reason. I don't know.
Well, he never had one, so I shipped him my other one yesterday.
We gotta fix that problem.
So he's working on it. He's gonna check it out. So in the meantime, though, thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share to stay in the know for all of your favorite retro handhelds. And a special thanks once again to our channel members. You're awesome. Our patrons and our subs who make everything here possible for us. If you are interested in what we're doing here, do consider subscribing to the channel, like we said, supporting us. Join us in our Discord to chat and play games, and join Rob and I on the podcast every Monday with producer Sony, Ban, and Andrew from our team as well, and Zoo, as we go through the latest and greatest in handheld and emulation news. We love what we do here, and we love that you're here with us. So if you're the first time here, welcome. Stay around, stick around a while, and listen, and join in the retro gaming goodness. But until the next time, this has been Stubbs on behalf of Rob and producer Sony saying, take care of those freaking handhelds.
Absolutely.
And take care of each other, too. We'll see you next time.